It's said that Azazel's beauty is second only to that of Slaanesh. I'm gonna be honest, if that's what counts as beautiful in the demon world, I'm sticking with ogres. Gorgeous. Prowling the mortal plane, Azazel's arrival is met with fanfare from the barbarians of the steppes, though his appearance is a portent most dire. The other three powers would be wise to take heed, for the day of the ecstatic legions is nigh. We're on turn 1, how original, and already Azazel's got himself in a spot of bother. We're quite literally painted into a corner. Grand Cafe and its fancy fence to the south, Norska vying for a brawl to the west, pointy, impassable mountains to the east, and proof of flat earth theory to the north. These obstacles and more will need to be swept aside if we mean to discover the location of Zambaijin, the Lost City, and claim the Altar of Battle before our rival Chaos Champions. But to achieve such a feat, we'll first need to create a network of rifts to reveal the way. Sadly, the god-bear Urson has been rescued by his fanatical followers, and so we'll need to open our rifts the old-fashioned way, with copious amounts of suffering. A few tens of thousands of mortal souls should suffice, nothing extravagant. These souls that we're to reap are harvested and sacrificed through battles, looting, sacking and razing settlements, events, and 2 new mechanics introduced in the Champions of Chaos DLC, the Path to Glory and Gifts of Chaos. Purely demonic factions, like Zeech and friends, do not possess souls and are therefore wholly unworthy of our attention. For Azazel, this would make venturing further up the eastern steppes a waste of precious time. And why bother, with Cafe so close, ripe for plundering and bloated with delicious souls to corrupt and devour. Come on, Eglixius, let's go punch some mortals in the face. Or do whatever this is.
Azazel, Prince of Damnation.
This shouldn't take any fancy tactics, but Azazel's got both speed and aerial superiority, 2 assets that we'll use to divide and conquer. We scatter the Norscan cavalry and quickly overwhelm their infantry, securing a swift end to the battle. Well done, us. Our devotees are bloodlusting following their victory, so we've decided to keep the party going. Using the warband recruitment mechanic, we'll instantly add a unit of marauders and a unit of chaos warhounds to our rave wagon and roll it on over to the Red Fortress. We'll entice the defending marauder hunters with our impressive spread of hors d'oeuvres before committing unspeakable horrors in the name of Slaanesh. The enemy's entrenched, but we've got numbers on our side, so we break our forces into groups and assault the settlement on 4 fronts, spreading the defenders to their limits. Cavalry and warhounds are pinned by a unit of spearmen, but our numbers are prevailing. One final push should break the Norscan spirits. The battle's all but over, so Azazel's going to have just a tiny little sit down, whilst his cultists mop up the blood. The Red Fortress flies a purple flag, but our victory nets us more than choice real estate. The Norskans are an impressionable lot, and we've only gone and occupied the Kuj Norscan homeland, vassalizing them in doing so. We'll put our unpaid employees to work in due course, but the Red Fortress holds another secret to first explore. This UI element signifies a dark fortress, which are a semi-rare type of settlement dotted around the world map. As our task is to spread misery and reap souls, taking us far and wide, we'll have little need for a sprawling empire. Sporadic bases from which to launch our insidious incursions will be more than sufficient. Dark fortresses, which are typically faction capitals, offer unique building chains and are amongst the most defensible of all settlements. Now we have a place to hang our demonic hat and a few souls in the bank, we can evoke the Gifts of Chaos. This dark compass offers 7 ruinous slots in which boons can be activated in exchange for a sacrifice of souls. Additional slots are unlocked in the technology tree, whilst more gifts are earned after a specific number of souls have been sacrificed. These boons have the potential to grant game-changing benefits, so we'll be liberal with our spending. To solidify our influence in the Red Waste, we'll turn our gaze to Dragon's Crossroad. And by gaze, I of course mean the aforementioned raid wagon.
They will see beauty.
Cathay's defenders are trampled against our ecstatic legions and the Red Wastes are ours. We gift Dragon's Crossroad to our Norscan friends and set the Exploit Vassals commandment, because we're really good friends. Speaking of good friends, Azazel's been impressed with some of our marauders and envisions a bright future for them as disgusting fleshy monsters. Using the Warband upgrades mechanic, we'll give this unit a makeover and bestow upon these cheeky lads Slaaneish's highest honor, some whips. We've established a foothold in the Red Wastes, employed the locals, and are ready to expand our sphere of influence into Grand Cathay. They may not want what we're selling, but the promise of all those souls is too tempting a proposition to ignore, so we gather our depraved disciples and heed the call of wholesome adventure. Turtle Gate's walls are well defended, so we split our offensive into 3 fronts. 2 groups for the walls, and 1 to charge through the city, capturing points.
So many creatures, so big.
Our frontal assault takes casualties, but we're soon behind the walls. It doesn't take long for victory to follow. Alright folks, we're in. We've got a second army brewing in the Red Fortress and a brand new world to destroy. Smells like we're ripe for a montage, if you ask me.
Once my sword is drawn, it must taste blood.
Morse told me to listen, so talk!
Time to end.
Rebuilding commencing at once!
Ooh, I do enjoy a good montage. We've reaped a decent amount of souls, but we're still a way off from our goal. Miao Ying and her northern provinces are next on our to terrorize list, but before we ride off into the sunset, there's some merits to dish out. Aglixius has performed excellently in our violent conquest so far. He's displaying a keen willingness to learn, a strong aptitude for mortal murdering, and is an all-round team player. For that, he's earned himself a Mark of Chaos. Once Aglixius has dedicated himself to Slaanesh, he sheds off his meaty mortal shell and transcends into something better. He also loses half his rank and his skills are reset, because with great power comes great reinvention, and I don't want to clip his wings.
Fight.
The Dissenter Lords of Jin Shin are next to face our indiscriminate harvesting. Sucks to be them. Time to spread those attackers. The more inroads into the settlement, the better chance we have at capturing points. And I love capturing points. The bulk of our attacks taking on the west of the city, whilst our cavalry will charge up the middle. The east is left to a smaller, but no less capable force. Enemy reinforcements could be a problem, but we press the assault all the same. In for a penny and all that. people. Our cavalry and chariots tear into the middle of the city, spreading mayhem in their wake, and the Dissenter lords are in disarray.
Spell casting! Take it for me! Azazel, Prince of Damnation!
Yay. With 10,000 souls harvested and many of them sacrificed in the name of Slaanesh, we begin to see the fruits of our labor manifest. The first rifts have opened, giving us further tactical advantage over our enemies and offering a shortcut to distant lands. But we'll need more souls to open additional rifts. Thankfully, there are plenty more mortals to be harvested amongst Zhao Ming's followers, and, beyond the smouldering ruins of Grand Cathay, await the gluttonous souls of the Ogre Kingdoms.
Azazel.
No rest for the depraved, though for Azazel, spreading Slaanesh's influence is the height of delight. He would rather savor the sweet screams of his victims, but alas, time is of the essence. And only one champion of chaos can win the race to Zanbaijin.
Insufficient! The ingredient was life, and it has so willingly come.
Festus the Leech Lord, once a very highly regarded doctor, and he still is, in the eyes of Nurgle, but it seems there's only so many entitled patients a doctor can deal with before they go mad and turn themselves into a plague brewer. Can't blame him. His obsession with plague knowledge makes him the perfect candidate to go in search of Zanbaijin, and that's where we're going to join him. Just don't mention the chin, okay? So we're on turn 30, and quick action at the beginning of our quest meant that we've kept one step ahead of our Norscan neighbours, taking control of their capitals and vassalizing the Vanaheimlings, Saal and Varg. Up north are the demonic factions. They won't provide any souls for us, so the best option is to head south, through the Empire and potentially some ogres. It's said that the best ingredients for a plague can be found in the belly of an ogre, and I didn't just make that up. Through raising settlements and attacking armies, we've amassed almost 10,000 souls. This next settlement, Chantillan, should bring us past our first milestone and present to us some new options. With a strong network of vassalized settlements up north, we don't really need to occupy Chantillan. Our primary goal now is to collect souls, so ooh, what's that? 323 souls? Don't mind if I do. As promised, our first milestone of souls has been reached, and access to our first rift has been opened. It'll be perfect for our second army, lying in wait in our capital, to transfer us down south and tackle the Empire from another angle. Not to mention, first-class delivery of our poxes and plagues. We'll come back to those in a moment. So we've landed bang in the midden of Empire territory, and we're immediately surrounded by Empire, Wood Elves, and Greenskins. And since we don't really want to be completely overwhelmed, we'll set up a little chinwag. Friendly conversation with the Greenskins. A non-aggression patch to keep things healthy for now.
Yeah, right.
A couple of building upgrades and skill points to use, and we're ready to move on to our next turn. We're focusing on income buildings to support our armies, as well as skill points that will give us movement range and experience in battle to reap maximum souls. So we've got our second army down in the south, ready to cause mayhem, but we've yet to pick a good plague to spread.
Welcome to Nurgle's Flies and Filth, or you can eat plagues and poxes. For starters today, we have your basic starter plague, followed by extra symptoms for main, and for dessert, we have full recipes of fun.
Initially with Festus, we focused on Festus's ague, to increase our growth, corruption, and infections. But in our quest for more souls, we'll likely want to switch it up. Festus's Rot provides us with 15% more souls gained from battles. This could be handy. From here, we can aim to complete the full recipe from Nurgle's Rot, which requires limb blight and constant vomiting. Lovely. We will tip generously. Gossel has a pretty big army sat on at the moment. We'll send our hero down south to scout out the area, and in the meantime, we'll pick on someone smaller than us and head into Fort Solace. An easy victory for us. Let's head over to our main man Festus as he approaches Tancred Castle. We're on a bit of a raising spree, but that battle has given some of our units enough of an experience boost for us to upgrade them. Let's head into the Warband upgrades window to see our options. Here, we're able to see upgrade trees related to each unit. As they rise in ranks, we'll unlock the next stage of their evolution. It means we get to keep our loyal units we had from day one and see them grow into old age. If we prefer, we can dedicate our units to Nurgle or stick with the more conventional Chaos. I'm not the most decisive person, so I'm trying out both. Some of our Marauders of Nurgle have reached rank 5, good for them. We can settle them in amongst the rest of our Chaos Warrior units by upgrading them. I'm keen for these boys to eventually step up further to Chaos Knights. However, we haven't unlocked this just yet. We can see it will become available to us once they reach rank 6, and if we research Profane Weaponry. Let's head over to our technology tree, get this started, as it will take about 6 turns to unlock, giving us some time to train up the unit. Scouting out the land ahead with our hero, we can see Marienburg. It's the perfect location for a pincer attack from both of our armies, but with a few other settlements to raise before we reach it. Let's attempt to steal some technology, to speed up our profane weaponry research. It failed. Alright, moving on. Looking ahead for Festus, we've got 2 settlements ripe for soul raising, Grungzint and Broekwater. Meanwhile, we'll send our second army up north to Wrecker's Point. That's right, buddy. Don't think we didn't see you hiding there. Grungzint is looking fairly well defended. Perhaps if we encircle their sibling down below, they'll leave the city, spreading out their forces. Let's give that a go. Looks like our plan worked. The Greenskins have left their castles. Fools. Grungzint will be ready for raising. We'll take Broekwater on the way back down. think I may subjugate this settlement. It provides us more souls than raising, and the faction will become another vassal for us. Our second army is on its way back down south, raiding as it goes. Gossel no longer has its garrisoned army, so now's the time to attack. Along the way we see Fort Solace has been liberated. Let's liberate them again, of their souls. Our hero has returned from their many successes and is hitching a ride with our second army. Soon we'll reunite them all for a party in Marienburg. Marienburg has no choice in this, of course. Let's end the turn. Oh, what's this? An ambush from the Wood Elves. Perhaps it would have been wise to make the non-aggression pact with them instead. Oh well, here we go. Ah, the magic of editing made that battle look easy. In reality, we took a fair amount of damage. Unit replenishment would be a wise choice here. Worth noting, though, that now the Wood Elf capital is undefended. After some time to recoup, we take down Gossel, allowing us to turn the attention of both our armies onto Marienburg. But not before a few upgrades to our units. Just in time, our profane weaponry is ready. Time to upgrade those Chaos Warriors. Success. We're in a strong position, and our soul count is increasing at a steady pace. Sending our hero down south has unveiled a few more Empire targets for us, as well as a rift we can potentially use. We'll send Festus down south, and our second army up north to raise the Wood Elves. We can then use the rift to catch that army up to Festus, bringing us much closer to Ogre territory. Right, let's deal with these settlements. More souls for our lord. Cue music montage. Middenland is no more. We're well on our way to the next milestone of souls, 30,000, and our plague is slowly spreading, but we haven't yet unlocked all of the symptoms to reach our favourite recipe. Poor Festus. All this slaughter and he still hasn't found the right ingredients for the perfect pox. Chin up, mate. Hey look! Ogres! And ogres! Exactly who we're hoping to bump into. No doubt, in our battles with the ogres, we'll unlock the ingredients we so desire. Let's catch our second army up to Festus. Altdorf needs dealing with. With our second army close by, we can begin a siege and wait out the turn. Then we'll take them on with both armies. Bit unfair, but what you gonna do? This siege has pushed us past our next milestone of souls, 30,000. With more rifts available to us, our quest for souls can go beyond the ogres. Perhaps we can even take out some of our competitors on the road to Zambijin. Before these dreams come to fruition, we have Scrag, and an unfinished recipe. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. I'm not sure ogres eat apples.
Ingredient was life, and it has so willingly come.
Vilitch the Curseling, a devout follower of the Changer of Ways, has been waging a bitter campaign rounding up Norscan tribes as his personal entourage and meat shield to break the bulwark of the North. What do you mean he's creepy? No, he's not. He's beautiful. He's a bit creepy. Look at the arm. Ooh. You join us on turn 50, where Vilitch has caused just the right amount of human suffering to push into Kislev's bountiful lands. But the Twisted Twin is not the only one who has their eyes set on the Kislevites' plump and tasty souls. Oh, those cheeky beggars. The forces of Festus have been laying in wait for fresh souls to dedicate to Grandfather Nurgle. There's nothing sweeter than harvesting the souls of a rival's army. The patrons of Pestilence were unprepared for the presents Zeech had provided our pitiless pack. That was a mouthful. Now nothing stands between us and the souls of man. But the Kislevite forces are not going to simply roll over. Gostautin of the Great Orthodoxy is pushing his armies into the land of our Norscan vassals. Fortunately, Hargroff Soul Shredder, that's quite the name, one of Vilitch's trusted lieutenants, knows how to deal with pathetic zealots. Oh, look at that one. Armoured Cossars are nothing before the burning breath of a Chaos Dragon. Grouped up units are a great target for the Penumbral Pendulum. Silly weak humans didn't stand a chance against the might displayed by the forces of Chaos. The souls claimed by Hargroff Soul Shredder has even impressed the Chaos Gods themselves, which, in all honesty, isn't too hard to do. As a lord or hero dedicates themselves to Chaos, they walk the path to glory. As they accomplish various tasks, the gods themselves will grant their servants boons. Each lord and hero will have their own unique tasks from the Dark Brothers to accomplish in order to gain their prize. Great champions of Chaos can even be granted the Mark of Chaos. The Mark of Chaos will inspire a lord or hero to become their best selves and hit the gym, where they'll fully devote their meaty mortal lives to their patron Chaos God. If they lift hard enough, they'll even ascend to demonhood as a direct servant of one of the gods, or to Chaos Undivided. But a Jimbro demon comes at a cost. Granting a lord or hero the Mark of Chaos will halve their rank and reset their skills to be chosen again. Worry not, through vigorous research one may find ways to mitigate such penalties. Now go, Curseling. Lead your armies towards the destruction of Kislev. The Soul Shredder's brand new wings easily carry him over the enemy's barricades to attack the backlines. And his ascension gives him access to fun new toys, like Blue Fire of Vilitch. Our network of rifts lets reinforcements from the north get straight to the front lines. Is that all you've got, Kostautin?
Unstoppable fate! Kill! Maim! Burn!
Looks like the exalted hero and his manticore are eager to kill some fanatics. Get 'em, boys. We'll send our Chaos Knights around to the side to capture the main point.
Ending them!
What, that is such a nicely organised group of Corsairs to drop Vilitch's Firestorm on top of. The Orthodoxy is destroyed, bet they didn't see that coming, but the armies of the Ice Queen prove as tough as the land they inhabit. It would be a shame if something changed that. Using the changing of the ways, we can break the spirits of weak-minded mortals, allowing us to catch them on the retreat. I was a weak-minded mortal once. Still am. Our research into Zitian magics has allowed us to influence the relationship of these mortal empires. A rumour here, a bit of name-calling there, a gaggle of gossiping demons later, and old friends become strangers. Kislev stands alone. Ice Queen, more like... Loner Queen. I'm sorry, Cat, it's time to die. Ice cracks and stone crumbles as Vilitch's armies descend on the final stronghold of the once mighty Kislev. Their souls are naught but a delicious morsel, a great offering to the architect of fate.
Obliterate them!
Vilitch and Tommy!
It is not enough. As long as there are still mortal souls to claim, our job is never done. To the south, the lands of the Empire are home to many, but as we step into the forests of Ostermark, what we see are not the sprawling cities that we were expecting. Someone else got here before us.
Valkia the Bloody, a name that commands respect from the Norscan tribes, and fear in equal measure from the rest of the world. Once the warrior queen of the Schwarze Wolf, now she acts as Khorne's Valkyrie, rewarding the strong amongst Norsca's finest, and punishing the weak who either defy Khorne's rage or hide in cowardice. We're going to be starting at turn 70, so let's get you up to speed. First of all, in her bloody conquest to reach Zambijin was Vilitch, giving us 2 skulls for the price of 1, and their holds in Kislev. Next was Festus in the Empire, bringing an end to their cowardly poxes and plagues, and Festus's dreams of the perfect brew, which is, it's Earl Grey hot, by the way. With these roadblocks out of the way, we have a new goal, to enter the Mountains of Morn and to reap the souls of the ogres. Big lads, big souls, right? We've got rifts back at Frozen Landing in the Goromadni and another in the Empire, so we can back up Valky's rampage with additional armies as and when the needs be. Also, our boy Morak's down there. Hi Morak. Right now, we find ourselves at Zorn Uzkul, laying siege to the Greenskins. Sure, they're angry, fighty folk too. So while there's some potential for kinship and alliance, we can't let the blood stop flowing, lest we lose our murderous prowess and bonuses attained from our bloodletting meter. So, sorry fellas, but, you know, skulls for the skull throne, blood for the blood god. I mean, what even is a Gorgonmork?
After we water the earth with our enemy's blood, we will drink whatever's left.
The Green Tide have the numbers, sure, but we have chariots, monstrosities, chaotic hatred, and a big hungry boy. Oh, he's having a snack. The Greenskins are learning that numbers only take you so far when you're fighting Khorne's Valkyrie and the relentless tide of pure hatred.
Eat their souls!
Now, the thing about indiscriminate, unabashed bloodshed is that eventually, you're gonna turn a few heads. This is a good thing though, as Khorne has taken notice of our bloody conquest through these lands, and has decided to impart some gifts for Valky's forces. So, let's end our turn before we take out Tsar Nagrand, and just have a little think about what we'll want next. Oh, what's this? Plangritus won a peace treaty. No. Get him, Morak. Okay, so that instance of violence aside, we have a choice here. From interesting powerful artifacts and boons for our vassals, to a good increase in experience for our forces. We are going to opt for the latter. With this murderous knowledge unlocked, I think it's about time we put down these greenskins, once and for all. The gates of Tsar Nagrand might currently keep cavalry and other monstrosities at bay, considering they don't know how to climb ladders, but if you think walls will stop Valky's fury, then, well, look where that gets you. We'll use Valky's wings and terrifying speed to deal with the greenskin reinforcements, while the rest of the army take it to the strategic points and everyone else getting in our way. And to top it all off, big sword. Well, with our fun jaunt in Greenskin lands over, it's time to focus on our main goal, the Mountains of Morn, and its tasty, tasty ogre souls. Maybe even Cathay beyond, if we're feeling desserts. At this time, we're going to invest in new Gifts of Chaos, which become pretty powerful in the late game. We can use these to truly get the most out of our army, making our killing swift, exact, and without compromise. However, we've run over time. The Mountains of Morn are desolate, razed, and those ogre souls are no more. But there is a definite stench in the air, one that Valkia knows all too well. Slaanesh's legions have been here, and if you want to know how she feels about them, just ask her shield. Of course, if you think Valkia would forgive Azazel and his ecstatic legion for this little transgression, you've not been paying attention. With our vengeance enacted on Azazel's right-hand man, the Prince of Damnation himself is still out there, and we're still just below 60,000 souls. In the Howling Wastes, however, there's a few more treats in store for us. A caravan from Cathay has opted for a holiday in most treacherous lands. Some Darkland orcs are simply refusing to die. Just over yonder, a beautiful sight. Ogres, my lord. So, let's get to doing what Valkia does best. You know, separating heads from shoulders. Montage? Montage.
Blood does not evaporate easily.
With a bloody swathe cut through the Howling Wastes, we've got the souls we need. And some of them are even ogre souls. Are ogre souls bigger than regular souls? No idea. What's important is that we've hit 60,000 souls, and now we can begin our journey to the lost city of Zanbaijin. Now is the time of Valkia's ascension.